So good morning, everyone. My name is Summer. I run Rose and Hustle. It is a community for women in business. We are based in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if you guys are all local or if you found us from some other place. If you want to let us know if you're coming from somewhere that's not in Fort Lauderdale, you can let us know in the chat. We always love to. It's always interesting to see if people are coming from somewhere else. We are currently running this series of free virtual workshops. We've got them on our Eventbrite, the ones that are coming up. We've got one with Rain, the reset room, that's going to be on the 6th. And then Jessica is going to be doing the confidence code on the 9th. All those details will be on our Eventbrite, and they are also free. Ooh, someone from Southern California. That's awesome. So today we're going to be featuring Dana. Everybody that's running these workshops is a woman and a female business owner, and they're going to be sharing their advice with us. And it's a great way to connect with other women who do different things and just expand our own knowledge and learn things that can help us with our business. And if you are interested in hosting one of these workshops, please contact me. You can contact me at summer@roseandhustle.com, and we will get you plugged in and get that all set up. And if you are local, we do run networking events twice a month, and we would love to have you. I can actually send out a code to everybody that is attending today, that if you are local and would like to attend our upcoming one on July 31st, we can give you a free ticket for that, just so you can check us out and connect with more women. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Dana and let her lead you guys for today.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Dana. I am a local of Fort Lauderdale. I own Villaluz Virtual Solutions. I work primarily with female business owners, and I help them create strategy for sustainable growth in their business. Sustainable because we can grow, and it can get out of hand, but sustainable growth is when we are able to get a handle on it and be able to do all the things that we wanted in our vision board and in our dreams. So what I like to say is that we all have these ideas, these goals, these dreams, and that we are able to have them. We can have all of it. It just takes a little bit of strategy, and that's where I come in. So I am going to lead you through a quick workshop called Life First and Then Work, because I want to make sure that in this sustainable growth of your business, of your time, that you are making sure to prioritize yourself. You're prioritizing your time, your energy, right? Because time is energy, time is money. So we're going to walk away with an ideal schedule to have that work-life balance. So if you don't have one right now, I encourage you to have a pen and paper, or you can use your computer notes or Pages or Google Doc to do a little bit of work in, just so that you can walk away with something tangible, a tangible schedule. Today, what I want you to actually walk away with, our intentions are to have your personalized ideal schedule, have an idea of what the 7 types of rest are. We will be doing some calendar blocking, and I want you to sort of have a new mindset around your schedule and what you've created today. So before we begin, I would like for us to kind of ground ourselves and take a breath, because sometimes I know we're like running around and, oh my gosh, we have this meeting that's starting now, or the workshop, it's already started. So I want to make sure that we're grounded and we can be here and set our intention. Think of one intention for yourself that you want to walk away with for today. So take 3 big breaths with me while you think of that intention and hold it in your mind. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in. Two. 3. My intention is to be fully here with you and give you as much as you need from me of my time and what it is that I know. So let's start. So when we talk about our time, I've actually come up with 3 different categories in how time will show up in your life, right? And we have these 3 categories here. The first category of time is things that we have to do, things that are fixed, like sleep. We're definitely probably sleeping at least between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., right? I know most people are probably asleep at that time. Or, I have a firm drop-off schedule for my kid at 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to make sure that I do that. Or I have a firm pickup time at 2 o'clock. Or I have a 6 a.m. class that I love taking on Tuesdays, and I want to make sure that I have that in there. So these are my things that I have to do, right? So the one category is the things that you must do. The second category is the flexible stuff. Things that are a little bit more movable in time, they can move around in your day, can float. So, for example, like your lunch break. Sometimes it can be at 11:30 in the morning. Sometimes it can be at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Or sometimes the 6 a.m. classes that I take in the morning, I might have to miss it. And sometimes I can take it at 5 p.m. Okay, so we have the must do, we have our flex. And then finally, we have that dream time category, things that we really want to get to, but we haven't necessarily been able to put into our time. And this is going to tie into a little bit of the 7 categories of rest that we're going to talk about later. But in the dream category, I have things like maybe I wanted to start a pottery class, or I wanted to start training for a marathon. These are some dream things that I haven't been able to really implement into my schedule. So now I'm going to allow you a little bit of time with your pen and paper or your Google Doc to kind of think of what your must do things are, what your flex things are, and what your dream things are. So I'm going to give you about a minute to think through those. If you would like to share off of your microphone and unmute, go ahead and do so. Or if you'd like to type in the chat some examples, because maybe your example will spark an idea for somebody else. So go ahead. I'll give you about 1 minute to do that. Okay. If you have any ideas, please share them in the chat. Maybe a must do. Does anyone have a good must do activity that they have in their schedule or want or put in their schedule? Like some people have to eat at 12 o'clock. Ooh, a CrossFit class at 8:30. That is a must do for Jessica. Anyone else? Okay. Does anyone have any flex activities? Something that, I don't know, Jessica, 8:30, is that a must do or can you flex it a little bit later? I flex my 6 a.m. classes sometimes to a 5 p.m.
I can't because of my son's school schedule and all of that. So for me, it's like I either go at 8:30 or it's like I missed it for
Not happening. Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah,
Okay. So it is your must do. Okay.
yeah.
Does
My
anyone
lunch is
have,
flexible for sure.
okay. Lunch is flexible. Summer, is your yoga at 7 a.m. a flex or a must do?
I'm still not good at Zoom. It's become a must do
Yes.
for my mental health. It is.
Good.
I think I
Good.
accidentally sent it in direct message because I also don't know how the chat works. So if anyone sees direct message next to theirs, you might have the same. I think Alyssa said website.
Oh, okay. Website. Great. Was website a flex or a must do, Alyssa? Is she sending it to you, Summer? Is that how you knew?
I started the direct message thing and
Oh,
we got stuck
and
on.
now it's back and forth.
I
Okay.
think it's out now though. I changed it.
Okay. Well, let's move into like the dream. What are some dream activities that you have not yet implemented that you would like to implement in your schedule? Anyone can drop into the chat or come off mute. If you haven't thought of any, then that's totally fine.
I'm just gonna talk because it's easier. Um, I say it's a dream. I do implement it sometimes. I don't implement it every day, but
Okay.
it's my second workout because I usually do the CrossFit and then I go running in the afternoon or I wake up earlier and do weights or whatever it is. But like, yeah, my second workout of the day. Not consistent, but in a
Okay.
dream world, it would be consistent, like at least
Okay.
4 times.
Okay. Nice. All right. Okay. So we have the idea of like what we can categorize as things that we must do, things that we want to flex, and things that are in our dream category, right? So let's move to my favorite topic, which is the 7 types of rest. So I have here a picture. I'll talk about the picture in a second. Hold on. So we have the 7 types of rest. There is physical rest, mental rest, sensory, social, spiritual, emotional, and creative. So these types of rest are actually a type of recharge. So have you ever felt really tired, really sleepy, even though you've had 8 hours of sleep, you've taken a nap, you've rested physically all day, but you still feel like, oh, I'm exhausted? There's a possibility that that is because you have not rested in these other 6 areas: mental, sensory, social, spiritual, emotional, and creative. So I'm going to actually show you a little thing that I made. This is my website, and in my website you can scroll to after your mission statement, and at the bottom you can click rest here, and you'll be able to find this little 7 types of rest brochure type infographic thing is it an infographic? Infographic that I've made around the 7 types of rest. And it is, whoops, oh, up here, it basically says the same thing. Have you ever felt really tired? Rest is recharging an area of need so we can function healthily and be our best selves. So when you're physically tired and you've done all of those things, physical rest, you've relaxed your body, you've slept, you've walked, you've stretched, you've had a massage. Mental rest is another type of rest by clearing your thoughts, journaling, relaxing music, disconnecting from technology, doing some mindfulness. Sensory rest is giving your overstimulated senses a break. So disconnecting from tech, closing your eyes, no devices before bed. Social rest, connecting with other people, identifying your social needs, going out with a friend, going out with your sister, family, calling someone. Spiritual rest is something bigger than you. It's not necessarily religion. It can be, but this is about knowing that there's something bigger than you. So meditating or praying or even just volunteering. Emotional rest is naming and expressing your emotions. So going to therapy, just acknowledging your feelings. Some journaling there is also great. And then creative rest, creative inspiration by doing or taking in. So like visiting a museum, painting, dancing, or singing. All right. So these are the 7 types of rest. And I had this picture here of this family doing karaoke because that is a new creative rest that I have discovered for myself. Me and a bunch of friends have found out that we love doing karaoke, and it is just so much fun. And it really, really just fills us with something new, some sort of new energy that we didn't know that we needed, or at least for me. But now I also turn to like just during the day when I'm really tired, I will just like bust out into song and sing something to myself because I found that I really like to sing. That's something that I like to do. I've rediscovered this creative fun, this creative energy that I really enjoy. So this is a list of things that I really want you to kind of take a look at and see if you can rediscover something that may be missing from your schedule, or not necessarily schedule, just from something that you haven't really tapped into in a long time that you'd like to bring back, because that might be another type of rest that you can bring back into your life that can add that extra energy that you need. So I'm going to go back to this so you can take a look at the brochure and kind of see the different examples. So again, I'm going to give you maybe like a second to think about which creative rest maybe do you think that you are missing out on the most? Once you have it, you can come off mute or you can put it in the chat. Sensory, mental, creative, sensory, yeah. Yeah. I was telling Summer the other day, we didn't have internet at the house for a whole day. It didn't come back until the next day, and we were all beside ourselves. We didn't know what to do. But that night, I think I had insomnia because I hadn't been on, the computer super stimulated all day. So I still just had this extra leftover energy into the night until like 1 in the morning. I just wasn't able to go to sleep because I had rested those senses so much that it just gave me extra energy, right? So yeah, that's a great one. So thinking about all the different types of rest, what is a way you could fill that? What is a way you could have sensory rest in your life, or something simple? Like when I found my creative rest, I realized I can just bust out and sing one line of a song, and that made me feel much better in about 2 seconds. You don't have to have like a whole karaoke party. What is a quick, simple way that you can add that rest into your schedule? You don't have to answer now. I just want you to kind of think about that, because right now what we're going to do is go into creating an ideal day. Okay. So when we think about our schedule, we want to create a day that honors your energy and your reality. And this is why I talk about the rest so much, because rest, when we fill those areas of rest, it gives us extra energy. But we have so many must-dos that we must do and are very solid in our day. So we want to be able to balance those things, right? So what I want to do is, whoops, I'm showing you the wrong one. map out a day with you. So this is where you get your pen and paper again, or like me, I love Google Sheets and Google Docs. You can pull out a sheet like this, and we're going to map out from 5 a.m., whatever morning time you decide, to 10:30 p.m., 11, whatever it is that you think that you need your day to start in. And I want you to first start out with your non-negotiables, your must do, right? So I know that my must do is at 8 o'clock is drop off. And I'm going to color code that as red. I know another must do is pickup. My schedule apparently is very dictated by my son. Pickup at 2 o'clock, right? These are things I have to do, otherwise I won't get my kid back. Yeah. And so I also so the amount of time that I have to work is really from here to here, from 9 to about 2. So this is my work time. This is what I know is going to be my work time. So I want you to go ahead and start filling in your schedule, fill in your ideal day. This is my non-negotiable. This is my must do. When you get there, I want you to then get into your flex. What were your different flex times? My flex time is basically my meals. So I can probably, if I want to do work all this time, my next meal time is probably around 1:30. Right? 8:30. So this is like breakfast and break. And then finally, your ideal time. So my rest time. So I have a 6 a.m. class that I ideally will do every morning. And that's what I want to put in there. So I'm going to give you some time to do that. Oh, this has 5 p.m. yoga. Great. Okay, so now as you're thinking about your day, we are going to expand out into creating your ideal week. So each day might be a little bit different. Like I said, my 6 a.m. class on Tuesday is a must do. That's my kickboxing class. That is my must do on Tuesdays. But for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday, that's more of a flex or maybe even a dream. Right? But again, my drop off and pickup are exactly the same. So I'm putting in my must-dos first because these are ones that are not going to move at all. We're not going to move these. And then you can start putting in your flex time. So my work time is around here. This is going to be work. My must do. And I can flex my break time. break can be flexed here. Depending on if I have meetings or not, break can be here. Break can be here. So you start filtering in your flexible stuff, and then you add and layer in your dream activities. Okay. I'll give you another second with that. So when you go also into your week, I do with my clients something called like theme days. So sometimes on Fridays, my clients will say, oh, I want to make Friday my finance Friday. I want to go and look at my finances on Friday, my finances for my business, my finances in my personal life, my joint account with my partner. Or if you have a business and you have a lot of administrative stuff to do, a lot of times I've seen my clients take some time on Monday morning and they'll call that their CEO day. Let's make that this. CEO day. My mouse has not been working for some reason. So your CEO day is for like emails, catching up on your schedule, making sure that, you were able to talk to that client or scheduling time with the client for later in the week. I know one of my clients makes Wednesdays a meeting day. Wednesday's a big meeting day. And this is the only day she will take meetings, right? So these are just different ways for you to be able to add in those different themes or those different things that you really haven't been able to get to in your business because your schedule is very like general with your business. You want to make sure that you're doing an admin time. So I'm going to show you a little bit about my schedule. This is what my ideal summer schedule looks like so far. I have not been able to fully do this, but I do have my kickboxing, at 6 in the morning. I have admin time for 30 minutes every day. Thursdays and Fridays, I can do it. This is my special me time from 12 to 1:30 or 12 to 1:30, because this is the time that my husband is not home, my child is not home, and I refuse to do any work. This is very much a recharge for me for an hour and a half where I can just do whatever I want. That is my sacred time. So really, this is about creating your ideal schedule, right? This is about creating something that works for you while also making sure that you're being realistic with what you have going on. So finally, let's get into your calendars. So not only do I like to sit down and talk to my clients about their weekly schedule, I will go in and help them with, this is how I strategize with them. I strategize a whole year with them, but we go in and we look at the year ahead. So I want everyone to open up their calendar right now and take a look at your June through December or June through June of next year. Block off your birthday if you want. Block off your partner's birthday. Block off your children's birthday. Block off those days that you know are going to be really important. Don't allow people to make those meetings on those days. With my husband's birthday in May, I blocked off his birthday and the day after because I knew the day after was not going to be so fun. So just knowing what is coming up in your year and being very honest with yourself about how your energy is going to be around those days. I've also started to put in quarterly days for me. Every quarter, I will pick a long weekend. I will pick a Friday and I will take that day off. I will work on my business fully to make sure that I am where I need it to be. Or I will take a Monday off, or I will take Friday through Monday. Because this time for you to work on you and to work on your business are really important. Okay. Okay. So that's how we do schedules when we strategize your ideal schedule. So I just want to kind of take a moment to acknowledge that you created a schedule or you are creating a schedule that is ideal. And it's not just a schedule that is meant to be, I guess, graded or have some sort of performance achievement to it. This is for you to realize where your energy wants to go, where you want to spend your time and realize what is important to you. Because this is not about full perfection. This is about giving yourself the space to realize this is where I would like to be. And I want to get to a place where I can implement this as much as possible. So I showed you my schedule. It's not perfect. I don't always get my sacred time on Fridays because sometimes things happen and I have to flex a meeting or something. But I find a different space for that sacred time. So this isn't about perfection. This is about flexibility and really allowing yourself that space to know what it is your energy is going towards and creating that rhythm for your life. So I'm going to do a little reflecting with you. If it'll go. There we go. So as you did this, what did you notice? What was one part of your ideal schedule that you can do now? Where can you give yourself more flexibility and less pressure? And how will you come back to this schedule, this ideal schedule, when life does get busy? So I kind of want you to reflect on those things, and you can volunteer your answer in the chat or off mute and any question that you choose, or all of them. Oh, thanks, Summer. Oh, thanks, Jessica. They like the color coding. Michelle said this is getting her brain going. Does anyone want to share? Okay. You don't have to share. Okay. All right. Well, that is about the wrap up for our workshop for today. I want to thank you for coming and joining me today to do this really nerdy activity, but really fun one, at least for me. It's really important for us to kind of realize where our time is going in our day and where it is that we want to take it. So, if you have any questions, you can feel free. You have my website. You can find me on Instagram. I'm sure Summer will tag me somewhere. And you can just feel free to message me and I will answer any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate everything, Dana. You gave us some really great advice. Just really quick, if you guys are is anybody else getting messages from Melissa? Just out of curiosity, has anyone else been DM'd? Okay. She DMs you, just don't answer her DMs, or please let me know if she does DM you. So,
Okay.
that being said, um, so yes, I loved all the information that you shared. I think Dana's going to be working with us to do some more workshops coming up in the near future. If you guys have been on the workshops with us before, Dana has done a lot of different collaborations with us, and we're going to be working on some stuff that we'll be announcing soon. So please stay tuned. Everything that we add to the schedule will be on rosandhustle.com. And like I said, if you guys are local and you'd like to check out one of our networking events, I can get you guys a free ticket to check out the one that's happening on July 31st at Bodega in downtown Fort Lauderdale. It's a new venue for us, so we're super excited. And I'll send a code out to everybody else. But did anyone have questions for Dana or anything before we sign off? Let's see. No. All right. I mean, it's a work day. Everyone's doing all the work, and honestly, like now you've got my brain going. I want to go and redo my whole calendar as well. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, if you have an idea for a workshop you'd like to do, please let me know. I'm going to be sending a recap email with how you can get in contact with Dana, as well as the link to where the recap will be afterwards if you wanted to watch it over and anything important like that, so you can stay in contact with us. So thank you guys all and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.